All right, it's your boy B News. Welcome back to the podcast. We got a special guest today. Want to introduce yourself?
What's going on? Salutations. My name is Curtis D. Jackson Jr. I go by a few aliases. Some know me as Camp, some know me as Jack, and others may know me as Keezy.
Yes, sir. Keezy, man, Keezy. So we go back. We met in Korea. Do you remember how we actually met?
Man, I think what's crazy is the first time we met, it was almost like I was just trying to see what was going on out in the Ville. I had never really been out there before. I want to say this might be like my first or second week out there, and we met at the block. We met at the block. I ended up coming to the block. And I don't know how we started like rapping and stuff, but we met at the block and we just started chopping it up. And next thing you know, it was an incredible night. It was crazy. It was crazy. Instant chemistry.
It was good. Cause I remember the block was like the spot where like we go down there, drink, we just be rapping. And I remember that night you came in, we started freestyle. I'm like, oh, okay, vibe is good, you know what I'm saying? Bars is tight. All right. So, I remember that. That was dope. So since Korea, is there anything you miss from Korea, being in Korea?
Man, I think before we even say miss, I think Korea taught me a lot about who I was. Before that, you know, I'm USA all day. I'd never really been anywhere. Maybe stamped my passport one time in England. My father was over there, but I mean, Korea taught me a lot about how different aspects of the world are so diverse and what culture really looks like, you know, because growing up in United States, you know, especially as we are as black men, and you know what I'm saying, within our culture, we don't really have a lot of it. So just seeing it on an aspect in South Korea was pretty awesome. Like the way just the way that their culture was, you know, and it's old. You could feel the richness. You could feel the generations being in Korea. I definitely appreciated the food. It gave me a new aspect on food. And that was something I always remember. I still eat Korean food all the time. And then I know what changed me. I knew things were different when I went to McDonald's. So it's like, what? Because we used to think it was in the States. You was doing your thing. You get McDonald's in the States when you was young. But after I had it in Korea, it was like, you know, they treat McDonald's like a 5-star restaurant. So it made me have a different aspect of the way, you know, different countries view us and the way we view ourselves. So I definitely appreciate that about Korea.
They stepped it up now, and they got the machines in there now. Wow. McDonald's, you know, they stepped it up a lot. So we ain't talked in a minute. What have you been up to since you left Korea?
Man, so since I left Korea, it's a lot. Got married after I left Korea. I ended up appreciate that. I ended up going to Kansas. I was in Fort Riley for about 4.5 years. Yeah, man, that was crazy. Went to Afghanistan, all of that. Like Korea was like the beginning of my career. So we talking, man, what, almost 15 years ago now?
Yeah.
I'm close to it, about 12, 13, something like that. So yeah, a lot. And I think you know, as of right now, I just got out. I just went ahead and hung my boots up. So appreciate that. I'm trying to be like.
I wanted to get into that. This one of my questions. I got a whole like discussion. I want to talk about the military stuff.
Right.
Before we get to that, like, you still rapping these days or what? You stop or you still doing it?
You know, it's kind of like being a musician. You always got it.
Right.
It ain't ain't nothing I'll ever lose. You know, I'm still in shape. You know what I'm saying? But I got motivation day. I get back in the studio real fast on it. But I still got some stuff out there. I got a couple albums on you know, all of the serving platforms. You know, YouTube, Spotify, Tidal, Apple.
How can they find you?
Just look up Camp, CAMP, or look up Keezy, CIZZIE. The album Snot Nose from GI. Matter of fact, one of the title tracks, one of the popular tracks was on a mixtape with DJ Symphony.
Okay.
Maybe about 3 years ago. So, you know, it's still doing pretty good. You know, I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy being able to go back and listen to it. I know other people enjoy it. So it's something I definitely cherish. And I might go ahead and step back in there. It's just different, because you got a lot going on in life, and you know, it's something that'll always be with me. Yeah.
All right. What are like your you remember freestyling the block all them the nights we freestyled in the block, which is like, I felt like that was like a good good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I got people on my channel. I didn't even know that.
Hey, I don't know how that happened.
Good morning.
I didn't know how that happened.
Yeah. So what are some of your like rap inspirations, the people that like motivate you to rap?
Man, I know everybody, you know, has a list of their favorite rappers and things. Of course, I listen to all those guys. Like, you know, my top 5 will never change. You know, but the actual real person that had inspired me to rap was my cousin Snap. When I was like 9 years old, right? And you know, everybody's from Chicago on that side, on my mother's side of the family. So he grew up like Chicago, Gary, kind of moved back and forth from Milwaukee. But this dude had a whole album, like recorded album CD with him and his cousin, and I was like, yo, this dude's got a whole album. What is going on? I would love to do that. So that really inspired me a long time ago, and I always loved the music. Like, I've been listening to rap music since I was like 5 years old. So I've heard almost everything. Of course, you know, you got your artists that inspire you, like, you know, Nas and Jay.
Gotta put them in there.
You know what I mean? Wu-Tang, you know, those are the things that inspire me just from learning how these guys go about doing their business, and understanding what breath control means, and punchlines and metaphors, and like, you know, using different words or creating your own slang. Because you really look at it, rap is mainly your interpretation of slang. If you really dig deep into it, and anything you listen to, you know, is they're trying to start a trend or what's popular. So yeah, those are some of the things that influenced me. You know, that boom bap, of course.
Okay. You remember opening up for Young Jock? Remember the track we did? Executive.
I do remember that.
Executive Decision.
I do remember that.
Yo, I still got footage on YouTube. I got footage on my old
footage.
Dog, I got it when we opened up for Young Jock, and what's the name of Tommy D's? It was at Tommy D's.
At Tommy D's. That's right. We opened up for Young Jock, man. I think because what's crazy is before I got in, I was kind of like in and out of jobs, and I had kind of got laid off from my job, and I was out of work for about 6 months before I got in. But the whole time I was recording, and I was extra hungry because I ain't know, you know, I didn't know what the next path was for me. I'm about 25, somewhere right in that area. So recording like crazy. I'm recording all kind of tracks. Like I was working on an album at that time. So when I got to Korea, I was still heavy. Like it was fresh. It was fresh for me. So, you know, when we hooked up and we got into it, and we used to go to Sirius joint and we go record, like I was ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a trained fighter already.
I mean,
ready.
you always had the
To,
bars. You always had it. You always had it.
Nah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. But like you was ready too. And it was crazy the chemistry that we found like immediately. Yeah. Like we used to record songs so fast, man. Easy. We was doing easy. You know, shout out to a lot of dudes. Shout out to Blessed, shout out to G, shout out to Merc, shout out to
man,
so many guys.
Man.
And what my man,
bar heavy, man. Bar heavy.
Sid and Juice and Jay, all them boys. Yo,
Julian, Natural Remedy, doing that B-boy joint. Man, it's a lot of history. One thing, I remember a funny story, yo. Oh, like the no, he's like, oh, snap, nah. So I remember we was at the crib and someone had some they had some spicy, I think it was some spicy wings, and you was like, yeah, I can do that. You took that joint, you took the whole ice cream cake, and you was like, yo, like this joint is like really spicy.
I remember that. I was hurting on your couch, yo, trying to eat that spicy wing, man. I was hurting on the couch. I'm trying to drink all kinds of milks. And first, I started with water because I didn't know. I started with water. Oh, this is making it worse. I'm drinking milk, ice cream. That was crazy.
I think Merc
that boys was
brought those over. Merc
yeah. Wild times. But yeah, I mean, you know, as far as the music, man, I felt like I was in a nice zone, and I appreciate you being able to come in and compliment me the way I was in my mind. You know what I mean?
Oh, and appreciate it too.
You was nice. I was like, oh snap, okay. I remember this, but this moment is crazy. So you was recording. I want to say this was early. This was like 4 or 5 months in. It was me and you. We like, yo, ain't nobody rocking with us. We got this, right? And then Sirius had brought somebody over. It was like, yo, who's this dude? You ain't tell us. I'm supposed to be recording a song. You ain't telling us that you bringing people over.
Right.
And it was the first time I heard G, and I was like, yo, this dude is for. I was like, who is in there? Is that Styles? Is that like?
Yeah, that's what we thought. Yeah.
Now he is cooking. I was like, yo, that joint blew me away, and I think we recorded. What was that song I recorded that night? Because you did the voiceovers on it. I think it was supposed to be on your mixtape. What was that?
So many songs.
The bullshit in the side. The half your homeboys won't ride. They gonna hide. They gonna lie. Remember we redid the Jim Jones. Yeah, that's the night we did that, and I had wrote because I heard. I was like, oh, this dude's going crazy. All right, I got some new things for this. So that's when I put together that verse with those movies on it. And that was the craziest joints I ever did. But yeah, I remember that joint vividly. Very vivid.
Yo, we used to be in the booth like anybody come over there that we didn't know we was defensive. Like, yo, this is our booth. Like, yo, who that?
like that was our spot. Like, yo, who you bringing over here?
Yeah.
They better be right. Okay.
Yep. Definitely. He was official. Definitely official.
He was official. I think.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. You got it.
What was that? I think Blessed had came through around that time too.
Right.
Blessed, and he had a nice, crazy voice. It was real energetic.
Yep.
And I think that's what kind of tailored us to kind of do more together too. But that was a great time, man. It was a great time.
It was great, man. It was great. Time. I miss doing like all the shows. Yeah. Like getting together like downtown, going to like Seoul, going out to like other spots.
Yeah.
It was lovely. It was lovely, man. Like we did so much around that time. So much. Man, y'all had me pissed for like a month or two. Remember, let me see if you remember this shit, yo. Remember, we went we had a show like in some like country spot, but we got separated in the cars. So I was in the car with Charlie, the old dude Charlie. And then they went the wrong way. Y'all got to the event. So I'm in the car. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna make it. I get to the event. Y'all already performed. They did the bro. I was heated.
I know you was heated. I remember that event, and that was a big event too.
Yeah, it was.
I remember that because it was me. Who was in the car? It was me, Sid,
Julian,
Juice, and Julian. And so, I don't know how y'all got.
They took the. I
don't know how that even happened. So we get
in the car. I was cussing him out. I'm like, yo.
So we get there and we waiting on y'all. And the promoter was like, "Hey, y'all on next?" I said, "Hold up. We got one guy we waiting on. They're gonna be here in like 5-10 minutes. I promise you." Well, if y'all don't go on right now, you're not going on. I said, "Well, damn." Man, I said, I hope he understands that we at least get this promotion going. But we went out there. I don't even know. I'm trying to remember what. Because we had a mean track to get. It
was an executive decision. Executive decision. Yeah.
And I mean, I knew how to jump in and out of your verse.
Yeah.
But that's only because we practiced doing like the ad-lib, like I would do your backup, and that was it. And then I did part of my verse, and then Sid and them did they thing, and then that was it. Like
it was after quick.
That, there was no more hip hop, nothing.
Right. Right. It's like, no, that's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I remember that day. I knew you was heated. I knew you. I can't even be mad at you, bro.
I'm like the dude Charlie. I'm like, man, I don't even want to mess with him no more. I'm like, Charlie, you didn't took the wrong turn. I'm like, man.
Yeah. I promise you, we was waiting, man. Because we were.
Hey, but it was good though, man. It was good. Good times.
Good times.
So I want to come up to speed. I want to say once again, congratulations on getting that DD 214. That's a big deal.
I appreciate
it's a big deal.
Appreciate that.
Because I remember when I got mine, I was happy. I didn't even know how to act. I'm like, I can do this, I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, like it's a whole different feeling to, like, if you never been in, you don't know that feeling, you know?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So what was your how many years did you actually do?
14 years, 4 months, and 21 days.
You got it down pat.
I got it down pat.
Wow.
I got it down. Yeah, man. Yeah. Man.
Was it would you say a easy ride, or you had your ups and downs?
Man, bro, I know you understand this part too. The day I went, when I went to go do it, that morning was rough for me. It was pretty rough, like, because this is all I've known for almost, 15 years. Mm-hmm. So, I didn't necessarily know how to feel. You're in that moment and you're getting everything prepared. All right, I got to get these forms, get my orders, go clear, blah blah blah, and then it's that date you going to really pick up your DD 214. Like, you done. You're not in the military no more. Mm-hmm. So it was a little rough for me. I think I just look back on my entire career, and the best part about it is just the camaraderie and just being with your guys, wherever they were, whenever they were, of course, the Army's got its days that you gonna hate. You know what I'm saying? The good outweighs the bad most of the time. But
you meet so many good people,
so many good people, man. So many.
You would never meet these people on a regular basis.
No,
without the military.
You wouldn't have met without the military. There's so much stuff I've done because of the military that I would have never been able to experience in a million years. And I know it's really made me who I am, in so many ways. Help my family too. So that kind of goes across your mind, and it's time to take that next step. I think that's the hardest part. but I always knew this was a temporary part in my life, the temporary chapter. There's no other job in America can you retire after 20 years. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Only because they know that it's not meant to last forever.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I'm very grateful for my opportunities, for being able to travel the world, and everything that it's done for my family. But I knew it was that time. But yeah, it was tough. It was tough. I definitely don't miss getting late night calls and, oh, we got to come do this, or 24-hour CQ. That was the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. I'm not built to
talk about it
4 hours. You know what I'm saying? Waking up early as hell in the morning to do PT in the cold, ain't got to do that no more. And, you know, but I definitely gonna miss the camaraderie, miss the guys, because you know we always knew any base you go to, we know we all we got. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true. Do you think the military has changed for the better or worse? I'm talking about from when you came in. You remember how hardcore basic training was for us, and then even like getting to your AIT, to your duty station, like I feel like it's kind of different now than what we went through. And I'm pretty sure people before us say it was even more hardcore for them when they went through it too.
Yeah, I think it has changed. And I mean, you know how the military's always been. The military has been some of the forefront of change in society. I think now, instead of the military being the forefront on certain things in society, it's now had to adjust itself to where society is at. You know, so yeah, a lot has changed. A lot of things have changed. It's certain things you can't do or say, or the habits that used to be you know, standard, or just a part of the environment, they can't exist anymore, just from the way that society has changed. So yeah, a lot of things have changed, man. Especially these dudes got cell phones all the time. But you know, that's for the society. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to have to wait in line at the payphone or send a letter. You know, basic. But I'm pretty sure they got cell phone time, or you know.
I still got all my letters in a box from basic training.
Right.
I still got all my letters.
Box. Right. You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, a lot has changed. Just the way you deal with soldiers now, you know, you're dealing with a different generation. And I could see that starting around maybe 14, 15. You could kind of see it start to change. But I think that's what everybody, you know, everybody's path is going to be different, especially when you're in something where you're upholding a standard within 2 decades. You know what I'm saying? You figure most people do, you know, close to 10 or somewhere right around there. You're going to see a change in those standards, just because we have to adjust to the way society is viewing certain people.
True. If next question for you, if someone fresh, how can I word this? You just walking on the street and someone walks up to you and they're like, "Hey, I want to join the military." What would you say to like a new recruit? It's like, I want to go in, I want to enlist tomorrow. What kind of pointers or tips would you give me? Or would you even be like, nah, you don't want to do that? Or
I wouldn't discourage them at all. You know what I'm saying? It's their path and my path are 2 different things, but I wouldn't discourage them at all. I would tell them, make sure you have options. Get as much out of the military as you can, because they're gonna get as much as they want out of you. But I would be real about that. I would be real about that. I would make sure that they understand that you know, it's a business and it's a sacrifice. So, you know, whatever you get, be prepared to give. But it'll it'll be a great experience, and don't feel like you have to be in for a certain amount of time or be in forever. You know what I mean? But I would say that it would be a good path for any young man that's just trying to establish themselves and figure something out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's definitely a lot of opportunity, especially if you're willing to apply yourself and make sure you got options. That's what I would tell them.
Yeah, I agree, because I did 3 years and that was it, and then I got out with no plan. But when I was going in, I was thinking like, yo, I can do this mechanic job, and I know when I get out, I can try to I can flip it to my benefit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for me, that was good. I also think it's important, like, picking your job too. That's like very important. You got to think about when you're getting out, like how can that job benefit you getting out for your future. So.
Because you want to think about it and I think that's one thing I did too. Because when I went in, it was kind of like, I got to do something. You know what I mean? I got to do something. And matter of fact, the recruiter had came to my apartment and he had like his laptop, did the test or whatever, and he was like, "Man, you did pretty good on the test. You could get any job you want in the military." It's like, well, just give me something I ain't gonna get shot at. That's what I told. After I got in, in his selling point was an exit strategy. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you realize that you're setting yourself up for success on the outside, you'll be fine. That's the main point. Yeah.
True. So what's the plan now? You're a free man? You're a free man. Like, you just gonna relax for a little bit, or you gonna hit it, try to get into a civilian job?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on a few things right now.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I got one later today. And
okay.
God willing, this one is the one. But I already have opportunities. I've already got a job lined up right now. I start working in a couple weeks, so
Just like that. You gonna go straight like that? You ain't gonna take a little break?
No, I think you know how the monotony is of being in the military, man. It keeps you busy. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like I've been real busy for the last month and a half or so. I've been on my way. So being stagnant at the house, it takes a toll. It takes a toll on your mind.
You're right. You're right about that. Yeah.
So I know that I'm ready to use whatever I've gained out of the military on the outside and continue to grow and get better and elevate, man. So hopefully this new start will be something that is very beneficial to me. And
dope,
that's
man.
what I'm looking forward to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Happy for you.
Appreciate it. But yeah, man, I'm ready to get out here and get started. I mean, right now I got the week off. I had most of the last week off. It's nothing crazy. So
you got
I've been
got the beard.
Yeah,
I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, while we talking about that, hey, listen, for all y'all that's in, or if y'all hear this, I'm one of the forefathers of this beard. I'm telling you, I've been on it hard. I've been rocking beard since what? You see me. I've been rocking beard like 09.
Yeah, you've been having your joint. You always had it.
I caught all the flack. You know what I'm saying? I went around the Versailles. Oh, you got it right here lined up. You can't do. I done went through all of that for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I went and got all of those what is it? The profiles. Permanent. I went through all of that for y'all. So everybody,
they all got beards now. Yeah. They be having crazy hairstyle now. I'm like, yo.
I seen this dude the other day, son. He was like, I want to say he was like a 7. Yo, his joint was huge. Like it was long. Like I'm like, we made it.
Yeah.
They just haven't officially put it on paper, but we made it. You know what I mean?
Only thing they don't got now is cornrows and dreads for males.
That's the only thing. It'll happen one day.
Yeah, one day it'll happen.
It'll happen one day.
My last question, I wanna wrap this up. When you coming back to Korea to visit me, man?
Dude, listen, I
it's a long
matter
trip,
of fact,
though.
one of our good friends was supposed to go to Korea. That was supposed to be the next duty station. I don't necessarily know how it's working now, but we were coming. I know me and Jen definitely want to go back because that's where we got engaged at. So I don't know, man. It could be soon. You know, that's why I gotta get another job and stack some of this cheese up so I can,
yes, sir. Yes,
run
sir.
around like you do.
Hey, I'm trying to keep the flame going.
Soon,
I'm trying to keep it going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm always into something, you know that.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I need to get back over there, Pyong Tech, and get some samyup soul and know some bibimbap. You know what I mean?
You still remember? He's like that big bop.
Hey, remember the first time we went to a restaurant? Remember the first time we went to a Korean restaurant? You took me.
Tell me about it.
It was me, you, Merv, the fam. It was in Pyeongtaek.
It was in Pyeongtaek.
And I never used chopsticks before.
So you had the same experience like me the first time you.
Yeah. Like, what am I? Why are all of these dishes and plates and lettuce and
best kind of food you ever had?
But
you'd be like, what is all these
after I got the hang of it,
official. But you gotta think, I mean, growing up, you ain't using no chopsticks. You know what I'm saying?
For what?
Yeah, for what?
But now I look at it and it's like, why are we not using chopsticks and spoons?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, it's easier, right? I'm like,
it's easy.
I go to a place, I'm like, y'all got chopsticks? They be looking at me crazy. I'm like, I feel more comfortable using them now.
Right.
I'm good.
Using them now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's up.
Yeah,
man. I appreciate you. Oh, you want to say something?
No, you good. You good.
Oh,
you good.
Yeah. I appreciate getting you on. You don't understand how much I appreciate it, because trying to get people to help you out when you're doing this kind of stuff is hard. But like, you help me out. I got a lot of friends that help me out. But some people, man, it's like an act of Congress. I'm like, yo, can you? I'm like, damn, I don't even be asking people to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, some people, like, they just, I don't know. It's weird. But I appreciate getting you on. Yes, sir.
So, man, thank you so much for having me. I knew we had this conversation. I really enjoy what you're doing. It's helping everybody kind of, look back and reflect. And sometimes you got to reflect and know where you go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Know where you go. So I'll keep listening. You know what I mean? We might need to send beats back and forth or something. I got a little time on my hands. So,
knock the little rust off me. It's been a minute. You knock that rust off.
You still in shape. You still in shape. Don't worry about it. You still in shape. So, But I really appreciate what you're doing, man, and keep going and keep striving. That motivation that you got is contagious. So keep doing that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
For sure.
We got to do a part 2 on some other topics later too. You already know that. Definitely got to have you back on here.
For sure.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. We'll do that. We'll definitely do that.
All right. I'll holler at you. It's your boy B News, live from Korea podcast with your boy. Want to plug yourself real quick? Keezy. It's your boy Keezy. All right, we out.
Keezy. All right. Peace. All right.